recipe that I've been so excited to share with you because it is my Indonesian stir-fried rice and we're making it all in the Ninja Foodi. So we're going to pressure cook the rice and then we're going to use sear and saute to make the stir-fry part. It's so tasty. I found the nicest Balinese spice paste. It is so good. You can add as much heat to this as you want. You'll see in the video that I use a couple of tablespoons of that spice paste, and that was plenty for me. That had a good kick. I wouldn't have wanted to use any more than that. So if you don't want it to be as spicy, then don't use any chili and just lower that down to 1 tablespoon and I think you'll be absolutely fine. I hope you enjoy the recipe. Don't forget to hit the like button for me if you do. If you want the printable recipe, it's over on my website, which is www.susannahskitchen.uk, and I've got a special offer running at the moment with a 20% discount off of my recipe subscription. That's using code SK2SALE. I really appreciate you clicking on my video, so don't forget to subscribe down below if you're new here, and let's go and get the Ninja out and start cooking. I'm making Indonesian stir-fried rice tonight, so I'm starting off with the rice. I've got 250 mils of water because that's your minimum in the bottom of your pot. I'm then going to add, covered on my rack, my rice. I'm using jasmine rice, and I have got here 150 grams because I'm doing this for 2 people. And I got 125 ml of water in there. I find those ratios work well. If you prefer like a higher water ratio, you can go a little bit higher if you wish to. So let's get that covered and on the rack. I often use tin foil, but you can use a lid of some sort if you wish to. Just make sure that that's covered. That's come off a little bit actually. Let's just cover that over. And let's get the lid down and let's get that pressure cooked. Make sure your pressure valve is pushed to the back on seal. Let's go over to pressure cook. I want a delayed release because we're going to cook on high for just 3 minutes, and then that delayed release is going to give us the rest of the cook time to ensure that that rice is nice and tender. We can then put it aside, cool it, and move on with the rest of the dish. This is going to contain chicken, but of course you could make this veggie if you want to. Whilst we're waiting for the rice, I thought I'd run through the ingredients that I'm using for this dish. Now, kicap manis is quite traditional in Indonesian food, but with me being gluten-free, it wasn't easy for me to get hold of, but there are alternatives. So I'm going to be using soy sauce in this, which I can get gluten-free. Obviously, I'm not suggesting you make this gluten-free. That's just for me that I need that. Oh, that's the delayed release just starting on the rice. So I just thought I would say, if you can get that, then great, use that because it's going to be a bit more authentic. But for me, I'm going to then do a mix because basically it's like a sweet soy sauce. So I'm going to be using some soy sauce and then I'm going to add some good maple syrup to it. And that's going to give me that kind of flavour that I'm looking for, that kind of depth of smoky sweetness that I need in this dish. But for you, when I write up the recipe and it goes on the website, that's what I'll be suggesting you use. Anyway, let's move on. So use fresh garlic if you've got it. If not, you can go with garlic granules. I've got some tomato puree. Again, you can use fresh chilies or dried chilies, whatever suits you. I got this lovely looking Balinese spiced curry paste. Let's have a little sniff of that. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. Let me tell you what is in that. So it's got onion, garlic, ginger, lemongrass, demerara sugar, white wine, some chili. It's got loads in there, cinnamon, star anise, clove. That smells absolutely beautiful. I got that from Ocado, by the way, online. I often shop with them when there's little bits and pieces that I want. They're a little bit different, and quite often I can't get those like in my local Tesco's or Sainsbury's. Some Sainsbury's, though, to be fair, are better if you live near a bigger one. And then I've got 2 eggs because in this we're going to create like a little omelette. and then add that in. So that's why I'm saying you can miss out the meat if you want to. Obviously, you could substitute that with something if you wish to. Add in another vegetable would be really nice to this. Increase the eggs if you want to. But yeah, it's going to be yummy. So we're just waiting for the rice now. Okay, so let's start off on sear and saute. And let's get some oil. I'm using vegetable oil. Let's get that in the bottom of the pot. I'm going to crack my eggs into here. But I'm using 2 for 2 of us. Let's give those a little whisk up. I'm just going to wait for that oil to heat up fully. Now I don't want too high a heat because I want to cook these eggs and create like an omelette. Wish me luck. You know, this is in the Ninja with the domed bottom, so we'll see how we go with that. Let's create what we can. Doesn't have to be a perfect round or anything like that. Just going to kind of move that together. And then if it kind of ends up scrambled, then it ends up scrambled. I'm not too worried about this, but I just want my eggs cooked and I want them fried. Okay, I'm good with how that's worked. That can be removed from the pot. I think you just have to make sure there's enough oil in there. So that's great. I'm going to get that out. So I'm going to want a little bit more oil, not too much because we have got some oil in there still. And now let's go in with our chicken. That's great because that sear and saute is nice and warm. So it's ready to take that chicken. We can turn up the heat a little bit now. It was just more like with the eggs being quite delicate, I was kind of a little bit worried about I'm just burning it or it's sticking completely. But actually, it was all good, so I'm happy with that. So just want to give the chicken just about a minute. Let's add in those shallots. You can break those up a little bit. I mean, I just cut it into rounds because it was easy. You cut it however you want. It doesn't really matter. I think I need to turn up the heat a little bit more. I very rarely say that. Normally I'm saying I need to turn it down. Let's start getting some colour on those shallots and the chicken. If you're using garlic, I would say a couple of cloves would be great. If not, you can add in some garlic granules. And at this stage, you can also add in your fresh chili as well, or you can just add in some chili flakes. Now, this is very dependent on how spicy you like it. I don't like mine too spicy. I just like a little tiny kick, shall we say. So let's keep that moving. That's great. Those shallots are breaking up. We're getting some colour around the chicken, which is what we want. If some of your bits of chicken are a bit bigger, you can always just sort of chop them up a bit finer as you go. And now in with our carrots. Now use 1 large carrot. As I said earlier, I'll just repeat it. I'm doing this for 2 people. So 1 large carrot. And I've sliced that with a peeler to get the slices really, really fine. So it's going to cook down really nicely in there. And I want to give this, I'd say, like 2 minutes now. So you will find that it can catch quite easily on the bottom. So keep things moving. If you really need to, add in a little bit of extra oil, but I'm trying to avoid that. I think now that I've got some good amount of heat in there, that's when I turn the Ninja down. When I start to get a little bit of catching, which is not all that bad because it does give good flavour. But obviously you don't want it to actually burn. So I've turned that heat down now. Those carrots have really wilted down. So we're now ready for the next stage, which is adding our lovely Balinese curry paste. Now this is really going to depend on how spicy you like it. That smells incredible. I can tell you that is so good. So do I go with 1 or do I go with 2? It's got to be 2, isn't it? Let's just go for it. We want to make sure that this has a maximum flavour. So now that's in. Give that a kind of a minute just to kind of, you know, work its magic in the pot. get things kind of taking on that flavour. I then add a tablespoon of tomato puree. Got a tiny little bit left, so I'm just going to add what I've got left, just because it's there and we don't want to waste anything. And now this is when I do my little mixture. So I add my soy sauce. So just a small amount of soy sauce in the bottom. So measure with a tablespoon, a little bit of soy sauce just in the bottom. And then top that up with your maple syrup. There you go. That is our alternative there that we're using. Give that another stir. And now we need to get our rice in. So our cooked rice, which is cooled, can go straight in. And the nice thing about this rice is that it's not overcooked by doing it like that. So you know when it becomes too sticky, we want this to be able to absorb some more liquid and flavours. So cooking it with those quantities, I find, is just right. Just breaking it up, because it does obviously stick together a little bit as it's gone cold. And we want to make sure that is fully heated through. Now, I wish you could smell this, because it is smelling absolutely incredible. I've turned the sear and saute down, by the way. I'm on level 3 if you're interested to know exactly what temperature I'm on. I think it's pretty obvious what to do anyway, because you can tell if it's, you know, got too much heat and things are sticking and burning, you know. But sometimes it may be useful for you to know that. So that's great. We've got all of that in there. Now we need to go in with the soy sauce. So as a separate ingredient, and a tablespoon of that. And let's give that a stir through. Oh, I cannot wait for this. It smells so incredible. Now we can add in our spring onions. I have saved a few spring onions back for the end, by the way. But I do quite like mine to be softened down in here. You know, it's just a little bit of heat. It's not a lot. Look at this. I think I'm going to be making this again and again. And then remember, we've got our omelette. So I'm going to turn off the sear and saute, and I'm going to get that omelette in there. I'm just going to stir that through. And that heat in there is going to make that warm more or less instantly. I just, with the omelette, I just laid it out and I just cut it into slices. It's probably falling apart a little bit now, but that's all good. I'm ready to serve. A few of those spring onions on top that I saved back. And then if you wish to, if you've got them, I think a few crispy onions on top is actually a nice addition to this dish. Here's my Indonesian stir-fried rice. We used pressure cook for the rice and sear and saute for that egg and the rest of the dish. And I think that's worked really, really well.